Alright, so this is what you do when you accidentally cut a cord. So, got the plug here, I got my broken coffee maker over here, which I'm going to try and fix. What you need: Phillips head screwdriver, wire cutter, wire stripper, ideally, a razor blade. An X-Acto knife would be probably a bit better. And you also need a replacement plug. Now, splicing wires is normally very much against electrical codes, fire codes, so we're not going to do that, but getting a new plug is not. So, with regards to a new plug, you can get these at Home Depot. If you broke a 2-prong plug, get a 2-prong plug. Next thing that you have to do is make sure that you have the correct ratings for power ratings for your new plug. So this one right here is 120 volt, 15 amp. Okay, so my coffee maker is 950 watts, and just doing the equation, power, so that's watts, equals current, which is I, times V, voltage. So let's do the math quick. So 950 equals, let's see, and it said on the back of here, we don't know the current, but we know that it's times the voltage, which is 120 volts. So 950 over 120 equals less than 15 amps. So in that case, this is going to do the trick. So let's move on to actually fixing this. Like I said, safety first. So the first thing that we want to do is, you can see you have 2 wires here, and they're both separated very nicely by that piece of rubber. We want to make sure that they're still separated by that piece of rubber, so we have to be very deliberate and very careful to cut right in between the 2 wires. And after a couple slices, you should be able to start pulling them a bit apart. All right. And looks to me like a good show, and we need them to be able to fit all the way up in here. So next step, get your Phillips head, unscrew the front of your plug. Now this is called an easy wiring plug. Spend the extra 50 cents and get it. It will make your life easier. And in here you have your 2 leads, which go to the 2 prongs. So what we're going to do in the end is get these 2 wires hooked up to these 2 leads. So first we need to expose a little bit of wire. That's where we use our wire stripper right here. Now bear in mind, you don't need to expose that much wire. So let's get some of this excess rubber off of here. Okay, a little bit. Maybe we could do a little bit more. Like I said, we don't need too much. Okay, done. And then do the same thing for the other one. Just chomp it all around and get that piece off. So we have our 2 pieces of wire right here. Now we have to make sure that they are separated on both sides. Again, safety precaution. And you can push them right into these holes with these easy wiring connectors. And I'll start with this one over here. So I'm going to take this one out, push this wire in a little bit, and it looks like we're going to just want to get a snug fit now. We just want to make sure that wire is always touching that lead, so we're just going to compress this screw against that wire. And looks like we have done it. So we're good there. And then we're going to do the same exact thing over here. Looks like I might have to strip a little bit more of the wire on this one. By the way, these plugs cost about $2, so not breaking the bank by any stretch. Okay. And let's try and get that fitting in there a little bit more. Okay, so almost all the wire is underneath that screw. We don't have any stray pieces sitting out, so let's screw this one on. Let's screw this one in as well. Okay, and you see that we are 100% touching the leads on both of these. And just make sure it's nice and tight. You don't want to yank the wire and suddenly ruin both of the leads. I'm actually going to give this one more shot, just because I don't want to be doing this over again. Give it a nice shove in there. And screw it in. That is in place, and we're not getting any tug. So now what we can do is just close this guy up. Come on, you can click. Maybe it doesn't want to click yet. Maybe I'll just take the brute force approach and just start screwing this back in. That should keep everything in place. So, get your Phillips head, screw it back into place. All right, and let's take a quick test drive. Excuse my messy house. Like I said, excuse my messy house. And get my coffee maker. We'll see what happens when I plug it in. Oh, looks like the plug bent just a little bit, probably when I was screwing it in. It's okay. All right, And we are live. If I hit on, means the whole power is running through it. And that's how you fix a broken, or that's how you fix a cut 2-prong wire.